The amazing world of magic. We've got an expert here to talk about how it works. Stay tuned. Welcome everyone to Your Little Castle Show. Yours truly, Carter Rethwish, aka the Cardinal Cowboy. I wish I was as good at magic as our expert guest here in the building is, but it has always been intriguing to me to see what it is, how you can make these wonderful magical tricks happen, and how do you make it's magic, right? So how do you do that? And so we've got an expert, Chris Barker. Welcome to the Your Little Castle Show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we, like I said, Barker Magic STL, connect through magic, barkermagic.com. No relation, or is there, to Bob?
No relation to Bob.
No relation to Bob,
relation
okay.
to Bob.
If you can get a hold of our guest here, Barker Magic, you can get a hold of Chris right there, 314-604-9931. And a text, that magic text that flies through and shows up on your phone. That's technology, we understand that. But we want to learn a little bit about it here. We've got somebody that's been doing this for 25 years almost?
About 20 years, actually.
20 years,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, there it is, 20 years of experience. And gosh, he looks young, so I can't imagine. He must have started as a ute, as they say. But let's get into it a little bit. First, shout out to Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things, and a beautiful house that somebody might have magically made appear, where you end up with some beautiful furniture, though. But you're going to sit down, enjoy your entertainment, and see some great excitement from a magician in the furniture that you might have got from Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things. Where do you like these nice things? In your little magical castle, if you will, right? And so we appreciate Carroll House and the support we get there. But with that, let's put up on the wall here, you've got a beautiful looking website. You've got some presentation materials there. You show people a little bit about what you do and how you entertain, and looks like a happy crowd there. Chris, what led you here? Why did you decide to get into magic?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I learned in Scotland, actually. I was visiting my brother.
Edinburgh, did I read that?
Edinburgh, that's exactly
I know Edinburgh
right.
because my mom went over for the theater festival.
Yeah, the Fringe.
12 high schools get picked, and she was one of them.
Oh, nice. So I was in college. My brother was performing comedy there with his troupe, doing improv, and I met a magician. And he showed me a couple things, recommended a book, and from there just jumped into doing magic. So when I went back to college, I was a student at Truman State. I was like, I got to make some money. Like, I had to do something. I'm one of those people, I always had to find a job, something to do. Decided to start doing magic in a pizza parlor. And that's kind of where I really hit the ground running. Got pulled through the trenches there, trying to perform for people up in Kirksville, Missouri at a pizza parlor. So after that, took a break, became a teacher, and continued to do magic, but never like performing in any serious way until about two and a half years ago. Got back into the game. So.
And I just had some magic on the screen, everybody who had a still shot of Chris waiting for the show to start, and I'll show you how we did that in a minute, but with our magic with our cameras. Well, as a matter of just getting into something that's kind of off the beaten path, and it is something you teach full-time, is that true?
I'm a teacher full-time, yes. I teach Spanish at MICDS
and get to enlighten, and then on the same time, you get to train people to learn this stuff called magic a little bit. Or you're presenting and entertaining, and I guess some people might pick up a few tricks from you too.
Yeah.
Tell me about the path that led you here. Did you have a prior interest in that beforehand, or what was it that you said, this is what I want to do?
For teaching?
For magic.
For magic? Yeah, so like I said, I started back in college, got into it, started reading a couple books on it, and I think that the thing that really kind of hooks you in is when you get to start actually doing magic for other people. In the trade, I think there's a few types of magicians. Some who kind of do it for themselves. They like to practice. They like to just do it in front of a camera for their family. And then there are other people who really like the performance aspect of it. And I guess I live in both worlds, but I love the performance aspect. And so I just decided, I was already a teacher. I was already getting up in front of a group of kids every single day, performing, so to speak. So I was like, I think I can start to do this. And starting the actual business, Barker Magic, that's where I really took it to the next level of, okay, I'm going to have a booking form. It's an LLC. I'm I'm going to be insured even, because sometimes I go to different venues, different gigs, and I got to have insurance. Even though nothing's getting lit on fire or anything like that, I just want to make sure people know that it's all safe and they're going to have a good time at the end of it.
Yeah,
So,
you're legit. I didn't realize that. But yeah, we talk about it all the time. People should have insurance to make sure that they're, the work that they do. But and even in your case, going to somebody's facility, something happens. It's good to have that insurance. They say.
I think in their minds they imagine something, like I said, exploding or coming out of who knows where. I promise. I mean, the thing that might happen is maybe I bump into something, knock it over, but that's about it. So
no instances so far. In 20 years you've been doing this, so.
Yeah, so when I started in college, like I said, it was performing mainly for people at the pizza parlor, having a good time, walking around, and since then, just continually deck of cards in hand, or something like that, just showing stuff to family, friends. But that next level, it went, as you probably know, when something transitions from kind of a passion, a hobby, to job, feels like I'm working 2 full-time jobs at this point from time to time, because there's a lot that goes into the booking requests, client, customer satisfaction. That's why my motto is connect through magic, because I'm all about connecting people, whether it's they want to learn it or they want to see it, making that connection happen.
Yeah, well, I've always been intrigued, like I said, by magic, because it is something that really you can just, it's magic. I mean, it's things that you're like, how did that happen? There's physically, that's not impossible. And Copperfield, when you were a kid, was there any particular magician that caught your attention and you were like, now that's cool?
Yeah, so when I was younger, it wasn't really what got me into magic, but I got to see Copperfield perform at the Fox. My grandparents, if I remember correctly, either they took us out of school and we did like a matinee, or we had got to get a special dinner probably before the show. But we went to this show and I got to see Copperfield perform. And in that instance, in that specific show, he was doing a trick called Portal, which was where he would transport people from the stage to a place like the Grand Canyon. And I remember as a kid, it really struck me as the showmanship of having to get up there and make that seem plausible and interesting. And I just, yeah, I've seen quite a few magicians actually perform just all over the country and also the world. And Copperfield stands out in my mind as the person who just kind of blew my mind from a very young age. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if there's any magician I can name by name,
it's probably Copperfield.
David Copperfield,
yeah.
And he had the Statue of Liberty. I'm trying to imagine some of the stuff that he did, and then now with the interwebs, you can see behind some of the scenes that these videos kind of explain how some of these things are done.
Right.
But there's still so much that you can't imagine, and they don't give away all their tricks.
Exactly.
What is it about? How did your passion develop towards this? And what is it you enjoy most about what I guess getting that reaction from the audience? Tell me what you love.
Yeah, certainly. There's a little bit of a high that comes with that. You get the reaction from the audience. You get the excitement. For me, maybe it's that lesson planning side of me, because like I said, I've been a teacher for 15 years. The preparation of a show, right? Giving that experience. How do you design something from start to finish? How do you lead your client and your spectators down this path of enjoying the magic? And like you said, hopefully wondering, well, how did that just happen? Now there's always skeptics out there. I just did a show the other day actually, and I had some people who, they were like, no, this isn't real. And a part of me inside, I'm the magician. It's like, I know it's not real. Like, I'm not like gonna say like I'm gonna make like something appear out of nowhere. Right. There's always a trick, and I say that openly, but it doesn't mean I can't fool you. Doesn't mean I can't have a good time doing it either. So it's all about fun.
Well, I guess I get some of the Facebook pop-ups from magicians out there, and and some of them will walk you through a little bit how it works.
Yeah.
But there's still just something that sleight of hand or whatever it is, or the distraction, I guess they say, look over here.
Well, the misdirection.
Misdirection. Yeah. Okay, these are all technical terms, everyone.
There
you
go.
Bottom line is when you're engaged in what's going on, and you see, you're just like, holy cow, I can't believe what I just saw. And are humans that easy to trick? Or tell me a little bit about some of the
that's actually one of my favorite things about performing magic is humans are very easy to trick.
Really?
We have a lot of blind spots. And actually, here's the funny thing. Younger kids, really hard to trick. Because younger kids understand, or they're shameless. They'll call you out on something that maybe you shouldn't call someone out on, right? Like, or a normal spectator might not say, well, I saw that it put it that hand or this. Kids are a little more blunt and they're straightforward with it. So it's been really interesting seeing that evolve and how people do things. What I love is the memory gap that people have. That's kind of my biggest thing in magic. I might show you something and you're going to start to fill in later when you tell people about it. I'm not there with you. I don't hear you talking about it, but you're going to start to fill in those gaps and make up a whole world of who knows what, right? Like, oh, and he pulled a giant thing out of nowhere and it popped out, and it's like, maybe all I did was just show you something interesting, but you just started to create a whole world in your mind. So I love it.
The human mind is very creative with regard to how it will facilitate. And they talk about that. We like to fill in the spots for the things that we didn't see or couldn't comprehend and make. We're always trying to logic.
Yeah, the psychology behind it is fascinating. It really is. There's a lot of actually more experienced magicians than me even have put a lot of time and effort into thinking about, what is the psychology here. They've even gotten hired to make studies happen so that scientists can start to see where are these gaps in human psychology and understanding and what people will believe. So,
well, you've been doing this for quite a while. You've got quite a bit of quite a large number of reviews. 51 people I saw here have already said 5.0. I'll put this up on the wide screen up here, everybody. But holy cow, you've got a lot of following. How does it make you feel? I'm going to show everybody here. This is our magic we put up on the wall there, everybody. But 51 people, all 5-star reviews, and a lot of positive things people have to say about you. Did you expect to get this kind of response from people when and this whole Google thing? It's not magic. You've got to earn these.
You're exactly right. Yeah, I honestly I did not, and I think as I sat down and started to create a business plan, because the magic is fun. Like I said, anyone can learn how to do it. To be honest, which is something I'm really excited about. I teach magic. I can talk about that more later, but it's always nice to get people's feedback. So again, this is probably the teacher side of me. I love critique. I love criticism. Now, I wouldn't want tons of negative criticism online.
Yeah, sure.
But hey, if you had a good time, if you enjoyed the magic, please, and if you're willing, fill out a review and let other people know what I can do and how I try to make it special. And because my motto is connect through magic, some of those reviews, I'm really proud of the fact that people have said things about how I use magic to connect. One of my rule of thumbs is, I'm not going to walk up and just shove a deck of cards in your face and say, hey, pick one. I want to get to know you a little bit. So what's your name? What's your background? I perform a lot here in St. Louis, born and raised in St. Louis, down near Tower Grove Park. So I love asking people, where are you from in St. Louis, if I meet them? And it's a lot of fun. And I'm doing stuff outside of St. Louis as well, so some of those classic questions that I ask don't work as well. But it's still fun. It's fun to ask where people are from and where they're going sometimes.
Do you incorporate the famous St. Louis question, what high school did you go to?
What high school did you go to? I actually don't ask that. I let them ask me.
Good.
If they, and it's funny because that has happened multiple times, and what's really fun about that is when it's a table of people and you got the one person who's like, well, I'm actually from St. Louis. Everyone else at the table is like, well, then you got to ask the question, right? Like people who are not natives are starting to kind of wise up to that goofiness a little bit. So
interesting. That's what St. Louis has become kind of known for that.
That's right.
We will place people in their economic stature based on what high school they went to.
That's right.
A Lutheran South grad we played against.
SLU High.
SLU High, yeah. St. Louis has got a lot of good private schools and some good public schools too. Afton High School, my mom, one of our best actors in the history of the world came out of Afton High School, John Goodman.
Oh, yeah.
Who my mom taught drama in high school.
Wow.
So that's kind of where I have a little bit of that feel for the theatrics and for drama and watching people present and that's why I do a TV show now, I guess, where we get that. But I'm not good at the magic side of this, too. So are you going to do a couple tricks for us?
I can perform some stuff for you,
okay.
Sure.
We might do that in the second half here. We come back. We're going to take a break. But as I finish up, give me why it is that you enjoy this so much, though. What is it that ultimately brings it out for you?
Again, connect through magic. It's connection. It's meeting people. It's getting to talk to people. It's an icebreaker, and I'll talk maybe more about it in the second half if I talk about teaching, but it is for me one of the ultimate icebreakers because not only you get to show something, right? You get to actually demonstrate something, practice something, and break a little bit of a confidence barrier. Especially for young kids, I think it's incredibly important that they start to learn how to do that. Approach, present, and either sink or swim, right?
Right.
Is important. So magic does that.
And now we're calling Dennis. Dennis, you're out there. Are you still doing magic, Dennis? Dennis used to come and I was his guest one time. He says, "No, stand right here, right over the trap door." I don't think there was actually a trap door there. But Dennis, one of the magicians that but we're going to see some latest state-of-the-art magic right here from our guest, Chris Parker. We're going to jump into a little bit of our fun. We partake in the community and share with you what's going on a little bit here. Just check it out.
I just started off on this little Cardinal Cowboy thing. It's gotten crazy. I got people from around the country like, "Cowboy, I saw you here." Lots of great fans out there that have a lot of fun.
They're everywhere.
And the best looking fans in baseball too right here.
Oh, yeah.
Father and son, you can see it right there. You never see your son and Brendan Donovan in the same place at the same time.
That's funny because we've had a lot of people say that about him.
You got to get that bandana hat. All right, everybody. Cardinal Cowboy outside patios. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there's no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. There we are, everybody. So lots of the fun stuff we get to partake in the community. We're going to have a little fun in the studio here right now. I see Chris has got out his magic cards. Are these just a regular deck of cards here?
Just regular deck of cards. Now, well, one of them's kind of special.
Okay, one of them's kind of special.
One of them's kind of special. We can get to that one now if you'd like. So I often talk, Carter, about how magic will tell a story. And that's kind of one of the other things that maybe sets my business apart is the storytelling, how I perform, how I like to perform. Do you mind if I move this pencil a little bit out of the way? We'll set it over there.
All right, do we need to get a little bit wider shot? There we go.
Might get a wider shot, but yeah, these are actually not normal cards.
Okay.
You asked about if they're normal. These are all letters of the alphabet.
Aha, I see that.
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to have you do.
I'm going to pause our sliders so we can keep a good particular shot right there. Okay.
Yeah, so just so you can see, I mean, I got all these different letters of the alphabet. And here's what I'm going to have you do. Just tell me when you want me to stop.
Stop.
I'll give these a quick shuffle. Reach in, grab a big chunk. Don't be shy, just grab.
Few cards?
Yeah, big chunk.
Okay, that's a big chunk.
Yeah, that's a big packet right there.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and take them, set them off to the side.
Okay.
I'll mix these up as well. At this point, you're making decisions. Your decisions.
All right.
Your life, your choices, right? Here's what we're going to do. I'll just put about half and half. Put your hand over one of these halves.
All right.
Take them.
Take them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I tell my students and I tell my people that I perform for that magic can tell a story. Now, if we were to take these cards, I can flash them here on the screen. Not much of a story, probably. People can go back, they can pause it, they can do whatever they want.
Okay.
But we were left with one little pile of cards.
Okay, these are special cards. What?
Yeah, you could have made all your choices. I think it was meant to be.
Holy cow! How did you do that? That is
Got to sign up for the classes.
magic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All the cards in there, and yet every letter in the alphabet.
Yeah.
And you happen to just pick off the ones that spelled Carter. All right, it's my real name.
You
probably.
picked the ones that spelled Carter.
I picked those
You
ones that I
picked the
picked.
ones. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, that's impressive. All right.
Thank you.
That mind blowing a little bit on that one because that's unbelievable. It happened to just come out as Carter. Very good. Okay. Impressed.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right. What else you got?
Well, I mean, you mentioned normal Lego cards. So I always tell people the fairest trick I do. Would you like to see the fairest thing I do?
Fairest. Okay.
Okay. Here's how fair it is. Tell me when you want me to stop.
Stop.
Take the marker, uncap the marker if you don't mind.
Okay.
Sign that card real big.
All right. Sign it.
Yeah.
All right. Cardinal Cowboy.
There you go. I might take that with me.
There you go.
You know I have you sign it, right?
Tell me.
Well, because there's nothing I can do with it. All I can do is lose it in the pack,
Okay.
just like that. Your card is gone. Ricardo, I carry one card with me everywhere I go.
Okay.
You don't want to ask questions about this card? Sometimes is it your credit card? What is it, right?
Special card. What's
No, no, no. It's my ta-da card.
Ta-da. Okay.
Yeah, ta-da, because I'm the magician, right?
All right.
How many chances would you give me if I were to shuffle this up? How many chances to get my ta-da card right next to your signed card?
3.
3 chances, 3 shuffles.
Yeah.
So that would just be like a shuffle, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
It might be impressive if I had my ta-da card next to your signed card, but I'm going to give you the fairest choice ever. Touch the back of any card you want.
Of any card?
Yeah. You going for the one right next to my ta-da
Yeah.
card?
Let's go right here.
Oh, go right there? Do you remember your card?
Yeah. No. Well, I signed it.
You signed it, though. You don't have to remember it.
Yeah.
See, I used to live in Spain and do magic with Spanish magicians, and this is a moment that we call la tensión, or the tension. Because you chose one card. That could be your card.
Okay.
Turn it over.
Okay.
That would have been amazing. Right? That would have been incredible. Here, sorry about that. Let me close it up. Now comes the biggest point of this trick. Your card's going to jump out. I'm going to snap, it's going to jump out, it's going to do a somersault, and it's going to land on the table, and then we're done. You ready?
All right.
I snap. Ta-da. That's it. That's the trick. No, seriously. Ta-da.
Ta-da. Holy. There's the card I signed, everybody. How did that happen?
You get to keep that. That's
Thank
your
you.
card now. You're
That's
welcome.
my ta-da card, everybody.
So
That-
there you go. A couple of my favorite
What
things
is-
to perform.
Holy cow. Ladies and gentlemen, put it up on the screen for everybody there. Chris Parker, he just did that, blew my mind right in front of me.
And you get a little keepsake as well. So when people hire me, these are the kinds of things that I really care about. I like sending them off with something.
I didn't sign this card, but it's the one. How did my signature get on there? That's unbelievable. He's got superimposing capabilities.
There you go.
That's magic.
It's
right.
all AI. It's all AI.
AI, right? Artificial intelligence. All right. Well, then tell me, what is it when somebody hires you? What is it? Why does somebody become so intrigued with what you do? Tell me what it is.
Yeah. So the biggest thing that I do is I like to cater my performance for the audience. So I work closely with my clients and I personalize the magic as best as I can. Whether it's a big corporate event or a small house party, it's actually kind of one of my favorite moments is people will share a lot of information with me. If they're hiring me for a surprise party for a significant other or for a parent or whatever, they'll share secret information with me, but then I'll incorporate it into the magic, not just so that I walk up and reveal something about that person, but also so that the person who hires me gets to kind of experience a magic moment as well. And that's something I take a lot of pride in that, wanting, again, my customers to be happy and to see something different and to feel like they're not just hiring a magician to come out and do a few things for them, but they're wanting to like create a memorable experience. one of my shows, I brought a guy to tears because I brought his dad, who I did not learn or didn't know that he had dementia. And he came up to help me with the trick, and I had no idea that he had dementia, but he came up to help with the trick, and his son-in-law pulled me aside, and he was in tears, and he just said, I didn't know if he was going to be able to do that, and now I have a video to share with my wife of my father-in-law performing a magic trick on stage with you. And that's the kind of stuff that it means a lot to me. So.
Yes, I mean, getting people to connect through magic. This is
That's right.
an important element of and that's what we're all trying to do. If we would all spend more time trying to connect versus finding the differences we have with each other. And
That's
there's some
right.
people who have good reason to find issues, to create problems, to create conflict. But I think that I even argue with him, like, it'd have been a lot easier if you would have just helped somebody instead of trying to create an issue with. But a lot of people make a lot of money off of conflict, they argue. Well, tell me, is there expert training you've gotten here? Is there any certifications? What is it that kind of helped you to develop this? This is all self-taught, or how do you learn this stuff?
Yeah, mainly self-taught. There are magic conventions. There are magicians. There's always it's always good and important to have a mentor as well, and I have a few great mentors who have helped me. I think also, like I said, I mean, I teach magic, so I pick out the best things I can find in books, and I share them with my students, beginner up to more intermediate advanced level. And the idea is, it's not just the doing the trick, it's the performance, it's making sure that it kind of connects with the person, as I keep saying. But yeah, they say actually that if you want to keep a magic trick a secret, put it in a book, because very few people are going to pick up a book and actually look for it.
They won't read.
Yeah, but I try to kind of bridge that gap, right, and get especially younger kids, like I was saying, into magic by teaching a wide variety of not just tricks, but performance skills and thought and theory as well.
Very interesting. Well, tell me, as somebody who might find some people interested in learning about magic, what's the biggest mistake people make when they want to learn magic? Is it they think that they can just watch some videos, or what is the biggest frustration people might have when they're trying to learn what you do?
Yeah, it's like any other skill. It's going to take a lot of patience, a lot of dedication. It's going to also be challenging from the perspective of you are going to fail. And the problem with failing, I always kind of mention this to my students, a piano player can miss a note. No one in the audience, maybe a few people who know the piece, right, backwards and forwards, are going to maybe take note. If I mess up something like this, good night, nurse, like we're done, right? Like it's like, all right, cool, pack up your bags and go. So you really can't miss any of those beats, or else it's just all ruined. The illusion is kind of lost. And so that, for me, is kind of like the biggest thing to remember is it's going to take time, it's going to take practice, and you are going to fail. And failing is okay. I always tell a story. There was one time I was supposed to make something disappear, and I opened up the handkerchief, and that thing came flying out right at my audience. And it's like, you know, I'm relaxed about it. I'm not gonna kick myself too hard. I learn from those mistakes and I go forward. It's any discipline in the world, I think, is the same way. You make those mistakes, you get to that point of making it look flawless, but it takes a lot of trial and error. So patience and dedication for sure.
There you have it, like life lessons, everyone. If you're going to be good at anything, you've got to spend the time and energy. Practice, practice, practice. That's where I built Microsoft Exchange server in my house to learn how to do this for Anheuser-Busch, and the rest is history. We'll be back here. Stay tuned, everyone.